So, Shinobis, welcome back to the Lover's Quarrel. She's still very, very upset. But you know what? Maybe we'll get through the void and talk it out on our way there.
How come it's not working?
Let's ask Seeker. This
Uh-oh.
all has to end, and I'd rather it was sooner than later.
Aye. Here's hoping.
There's a spectral web here, but it's new. It's stronger, but I think I can do it.
All right. Baby. Thanks.
Whoa, easy there.
This'll only take a moment.
That's so sick.
See?
Aye. Well, throwing my weapons through your will is a little unsettling.
Yeah, especially since we're fighting right now.
Spell isn't working. I think she's gone. Manual on how to hide from men.
Wish I had one.
Come on, baby. A letter from Deborah. Grace, dear child, though I pray this letter finds you healthy and well, I confess that even should you give me your assurance on that count, I may well doubt them. I am no fool, my girl. I know something is amiss with you, and I know your father is concerned. Far though it be for me to interfere in your familial relations, it is important for a young woman about to make her way in the world to have help beyond the confines of her family. Enclosed with this letter, you shall find a key and a map. You will find the place I have marked it clear. Do not forget, you are not alone. I am on your side. You can also count on Catherine Newsmith. She is a trusted friend who would, if asked, help you organize your departure. In faith and service, your teacher, Mistress Deborah.
Why is there a letter from Deborah Comenius here?
And who's Grace?
Grace is
No
seer,
way back to
obviously.
Newton town, and no Seeker either. Our only clue points to Kate Newsmith. Maybe she knows this Grace and where to find her.
Oh my, okay, wait a minute. Let's go. Oh my, I mean, that is kind of cool.
If the spirit chases were working, we wouldn't have specters. I'd stay to figure it out, but we need to see Kate.
Maybe Seeker was the one working with, the witch stuff. She was young, starting to learn it, and Deborah knew about it, but she wanted to protect Seer. So she's like, look, this is actually what's going on in a way that y'all can understand it. But it just didn't fly. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Look at all that stuff.
Spared by the Banishers, but his undoing complete. Mr. Fairfax Haskell must live with his sins. Their governor rode the pendulum from pinnacle to pit. The shaken faithful must turn once again to the Lord. This new quest for purity may end like the last, in injustice and misery.
Shit, that doesn't sound good.
But to whom will they listen? Can they be stopped before it's too late?
I think we should have just sacrificed them. I think we screwed that town up.
What can I do for you?
Oh, she's feeling a lot better. Holy, she sounds a lot better too.
I found your name in an old letter. It was addressed to someone by the name of Grace. It was written by Deborah Comenius.
You're tenacious. I'll give you that. But must you push so?
Deborah...
We just trying to get some info.
Could this Grace person have found it?
I don't know. It was all a very long time ago. I had forgotten her.
Did Grace ask you for help?
No. Grace Pennington vanished. I never saw her again.
Grace Pennington?
Is it the wife? The wife or the daughter?
Pennington had a daughter, and you knew her.
I knew her, but not well. Deborah had her in the school and spoke of her from time to time. Shy as a porcupine and twice as prickly, as I recall.
Deborah wrote the letter in February 1688. When did Grace disappear?
Months later, Pennington accused Deborah of being a witch. In my recollection, that moment overshadows all others.
Oh my. Is Seeker Pennington's daughter? And that's why she left. And then I remember her saying that her dad didn't want her. And that makes so much more sense because if he had a grudge on Deborah for being a witch, she just knew that she wasn't welcome there. Oh my. If that's actually what happened, this is all weaving together.
What did Grace look like?
I remember her thin and boyish, encumbered by dresses she hated to wear.
That
Uh-huh.
sounds like Seeker.
Does the name Seeker mean anything to you?
It sounds less a name than a calling, but neither mean anything to me. We done.
One more question. Did the school teacher keep a cabin in the woods?
Deborah spent much time walking the woods, trying to understand New Eden, she said. Now that you mention it, I remember a snowstorm. She spent 3 days in a hut not far from here. Southeast, across the drawbridge, along the path towards the mine. If it's still there.
Okay, now we gotta talk to the Capitan. Is he still at his desk? He's turned around. Yes.
What do you know of a young woman named Grace?
I don't know where you heard that name, Banisher, but you should not say it again.
It's important, else I wouldn't ask.
I owe you, Banisher, and I believe your word is good, but I cannot help you.
I read the name on a letter. It was a very interesting missive.
She hated you. No. Seems you've got something to do with all this.
According to this letter, what happened to Grace was entirely your fault.
No, the fault was hers. She was stubborn.
The letter told quite the tale. I'd like to hear your side of it.
I have heard tell, sir, of the contumacious Scots, and I did not hear wrong. For you are indeed relentlessly, perversely, bloody-mindedly obstinate.
Why the mystery?
A stubborn and difficult child. Always quick to disobey. Especially when the orders were mine. Never understood her antagonism or hostility. A sheer bloody-minded antipathy. She didn't get it from her mother. Now I have no daughter, and it is all the better for all concerned.
That is crazy, dude.
The letter was clear. You're to blame for what happened to her.
She has no one to blame but herself. I tried to prevent it. She would not listen. I hurt her. That, sir, is laughable. I worked hard to make up for her mistakes, so she would not pay the price for them.
Whatever you did seems to have made things worse.
I stood firm. That, sir, is what must be done, and that, sir, is what I do. I stand firm.
Want to tell me what happened?
If you must know it, I sent her away. I exiled her.
What an ass.
Why? Why would you do that?
She left me with no choice. I caught her in an act of sin. I caught her reading.
Oh my.
Witchcraft, sir.
Oh, okay.
I caught her studying witchcraft.
Yeah, this makes so much
That was
more
a book.
sense.
I don't know where it came from, and damned if I could get rid of it, but she would not put it down. Not even after I forbade it.
Now, why does Lammy Haskell suddenly spring to mind? And Deborah too?
Uh-huh. Let's hit him where it hurts.
Is this how you love a daughter? By sending her into exile? By visiting gross injustice upon her innocent teacher?
I saved my daughter's life.
If I came to learn your daughter survived, if I knew where she was...
No, I have nothing to say to her. For me and all who know me, Grace Pennington is long dead. You wanted answers. Now you have them. And there are no more.
We should have sacrificed his ass. Let's give Prudence her letter, and then we'll be on our way.
Free.
Sure
Thank you,
thing.
sir.
What will you do now?
Whatever God has planned for me.
So the cabin is over here somewhere. Man, that's probably why she was telling Ceridian she wanted to see the world burn. Because all her life she's just been hiding. She's been exiled. Like, her interest has been shunned.
I sense magic. Could Seeker be here?
Probably. Deborah, I hope this letter will find you safe and healthy. I did find the hut, but I'm not staying. I can at least be myself, studying all the things I love. How can anyone be scared of magic? Isn't it a wonderful thing? I have found a safer place, hidden away, place where I can learn safely and invisible to all. Thanks to you, I may finally live free, away from him and his need for control. He never acted the father, only a tyrant who called the shots and left no place for difference of opinion. He never tried to understand me. Now all of this belongs in the past, and a new life awaits me. A life where I no longer have to be his daughter. In a way, he and I can be freed. Thank you for your help. I hope to see you soon. Your student.
Right there. Fall from grace.
That's not funny, and neither is this.
Yeah, okay.
Deborah knew about this place.
Focus on the matter at hand. Red.
Okay.
I am.
I'm almost successful. The ritual of dissimulation is not complete enough, but I must be able to perfect it in my own way. Not surprising coming from a demonology book. They have always been far too narrow-minded to broaden their vision. But with this base, I'll be able to create the perfect illusion spell. Maybe I should go thank him. After all, he took a big risk in copying this ritual. Perhaps if our paths cross again, then I will thank my latest friend. Is that fucking Jimmy or whatever?
More
Lemmy.
demonology. Unusual for a witch. These two schools of magic don't usually see eye to eye. Perhaps Lammy could help us with the spell.
Yup.
Seeker drew this. Now we know. She's in the mountains. There's a ritual of dissimulation. And we need the catalyst. All we need is the key to the dissimulation spell. And Lammy Haskell will help us with that.
Will he? Because we just outed him. I don't think he wants to be our friend.
Whatever it is, out with it.
Now what I say is worth listening to.
Only when it doesn't slow us down.
You're in an awful hurry. It's as if you can't wait to leave.
It's not like that. It's complicated.
Aye, all right. I believe you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like she's having the funnest of times, man. She's literally become the thing that she swore to get rid of. Top of that, she's been, like, not eating. You know what I mean? Like, she's probably absolutely starving. Lammy.
You are a sight for sore eyes. And I do admit my eyes are sore.
Lamentation. Or are you the Honorable Mr. Haskell now?
Are we interrupting?
Yes, you are. But your interruption is the latest of many. Things are not going well.
Shite.
We overheard you. What are you working on?
I, to my horror, am working on a speech. It's terrible. I don't even know where to start.
Not asked for advice, but I'll give it anyway. You could start with forgiveness. Seems appropriate.
That might just work. Thank you.
What's going
Yeah,
on
sure.
here, Lamentation Haskell?
Nothing's going on here. Not really. All right. Folk despair. They've lost trust in my father. They finished the meeting house, but... well, people talk and foolish people shout. In their wisdom, the flock decided that we were heretics, or worse. They took down the wards, burned our books, and then set fire to our house.
So everything's going fine.
They're afraid. Can you blame them?
No, it was inevitable. If anything, I blame myself for failing to see it coming. Without the wards, the situation worsens, and folk blame my father.
Would they be wrong?
Right or wrong, spectres walk once more, and we need the services of a banisher. Or two. If you can bring people peace, I doubt they'll be grateful. But I shall.
Well, for you, Lemmy. Sure.
We found a page ripped from a book. Yeah, do you recognize it?
Let me see. Is this from the Trismegistus riddles? Yes, it seems to be. Why would you bring me one mildewed page from an amusing but harmless little book?
Why would you fail to disclose that you'd given another ritual to another friend?
It was a long time ago. I said after Caleb I'd distribute no more rituals, and that's what I've done. Not done.
We know. But we're looking for Grace Pennington now, and we were hoping you'd help us find her.
Who?
Really, boy?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mistress Antea. You said Grace's name, and it is my reflex to protect her.
It's alright, man.
When was the last time you saw Grace Pennington?
It had to be a few days after I brought her the cloaking ritual. When I returned to visit, the hut had disappeared. Which makes sense now that I think of it.
That's it? You never again tried to find your best friend, your only friend.
Well, you see, some weeks later, the first whispers of witchcraft started to fly about town. I kept my head down, and Grace was better off out of it. I was right. And I'm glad she escaped. Strange to think of her again after so long.
Ever heard of someone named Seeker?
Seeker? No. Sounds like a title, like my true pursuer. This Seeker... Is she Grace? Is she alive? Do you know where she is?
We think she's Grace. We hope she's still alive. We're trying to find her.
We think she's hidden herself away behind your dissimulation spell.
Then you'll need to unravel it. Shouldn't be too difficult once you're armed with the salient facts.
The who?
How does the ritual work?
It creates illusions so effective that they deceive even the keenest eye. There are more effective cloaking spells, but the Trismegistus riddles do have a simple elegance.
The short version, please, ending with how we break it.
Yes, of course. To achieve that, all you need is the caster's full name and the symbol used to make fast the illusion.
Grace Pennington and a triangle pointing downwards.
Well then, now all you need is a simple counterspell from the same book, and... Oh my.
What now?
What?
I'm afraid I left my copy in the Araloo.
Oh my.
Words have power. The right speech at the right moment can change the world.
Mm-hmm.
General Count von Starenberg speak to his troops once. It didn't look like much, but when he spoke, soldiers listened. When all seemed lost, he filled their hearts with courage, hope, and rage against the enemy. It was quite the speech.
What did he say?
I don't know. I don't speak German.
Uh-oh. I think I have a
What?
idea of what
The tension
he said.
here.
Into the void we go.
Shite. Look, I couldn't talk about it.
Couldn't talk about what?
You accused me of pretending not to see that you're dead.
That's how I feel, Red. You have to accept it.
I couldn't face your death. I admit that. I rely on you. Your presence reassures me. I dread your absence. I can barely bring myself to think about it. I don't wish to deny your pain. I'm just trying to deal with mine.
Wow. That's... I hadn't thought of it that way. Thank you for your honesty.
Yeah, I mean, it is a really, really tough situation. And it kind of just happened out of nowhere, too. All right, where's this bum-ass book?
Our book isn't here.
Even with the void shifting, the book should be around here somewhere.
Yep, I think it's here. Yes, sir. The map said it was underground,
This is
so...
Seeker is
Oh.
behind this wall.
She has my back
Let
now.
the veil of unknowing be lifted. Let us see through the eyes of Grace Pennington.
Wow.
Ceridian?
You're surprisingly slow, even for a Banisher. You're late. Or early.
At last we find you.
Missed me that much, did you? You could have hurried,
Hey, we just
You always
got
say
here as
you
fast as
have
we
time.
could.
and suddenly you don't.
It wasn't in vain. We have come far and learned much.
I hope so. But don't think you have it all figured out. You're still Banishers, after all.
We are indeed, Grace.
So, You know.
Mm-hmm.
You knew Deborah. Did you also know what happened to her?
I knew, but not until months after the fact. I was living alone in the woods when it happened. Deborah was Grace's teacher. She encouraged her to be herself, to become who I am now. They did not know one another, but without Deborah, I'd have never met Ceridian. And with Ceridian, my entire life changed. Deborah suffered terribly, and the fate she met was exactly the fate I fled. I accept it now. I accept it all. Ceridian has left a hollow, and I am called to fill it. I accept. I am ready for my role in this world. Are you ready for yours?
Hell yeah. Anyways, what you selling?
The time has come for us to go back to New Eden and face the nightmare.
Yes. Balance must be restored. You must face your fate and end the curse.
Ceridian said the only way back was through the void. But the pond seems broken. We need your help.
Of course you do.
We're listening.
Remember Ceridian's words. If you are to defeat the nightmare, your hearts must be open to each other. No barriers. Your bond must be strong.
So it wasn't working because we was fighting.
This void breach is not like the others. This one leaks. This one sits at the rotten core of the entire region. You must leave whatever still burns in your hearts at the threshold. If you don't, the void will kill you.
Damn.
We know where in New Eden Town the void shall lead us.
The trick is to focus on your happiest memories and let them take you there. At least that's how it's always worked for me.
We'll try.
And when at last you succeed, I too shall return to New Eden Town. I shall see you there.
With that, we'll take our leave.
Bring peace to this troubled land and your troubled hearts, my friends. I know it's not easy to hear, especially when it's me saying it.
On the contrary.
Thank you, Seeker. We'll do our best.
I like your new place a lot better than the old one.
Yeah, it's nice and cozy in here. It is Tide, Brothers of St. Paul. That's from Vampire. Yo. As soon as I am back in England, I will ask for volunteers amongst our brothers to settle in these overseas colonies and discreetly pursue our sacred mission. That is sick. Dude, if they make a game after this one that ties in Vampire and this one, it doesn't even have to be a sequel to either. It can be its own separate thing, but incorporate both concepts.
And more.
I wish I had half the wisdom of mine.
You're not as stupid as you sound. You'll be fine.
She loves us again. You're about to enter the Void Breach to New Eden Town. Once you have crossed it, you will not be able to return. Beyond this point, you cannot acquire new assets, upgrade your equipment, nor change Red and Antaea's fate, except by loading a previous save. Make sure you are ready before journeying on. Oh boy. Alright, well, this is where we're going to end it off then. Before we go in there too, I'll make sure everything is upgraded. We have the best gear possible for the setup that we got and all that. We're going to be prepared. We're going to be ready to beat this bitch. Even though, you know, she was very, very unfair trial and very unfortunate situation. She took my wife. We still need payback for that. Till then, though, hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode. If you did, go ahead and like the video. So click the bell icon, follow me on Twitter, let me see in the comments, all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all. Much love, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.